Did he buy in 100%? Nah. There was times that he wouldn't come to workout. He missed more workouts than any other pro in my group. And I would get on him. He's a sprinter. I would get on him, but it was just him. Okay, but I had another athlete that decided to redshirt from the University of Utah that I'd coached since he was 7 years old. And him and his mom approached me and they said, hey, what do you think about Austin redshirting next year? I said, what? This kid doesn't have trials at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I said, what do you mean? They said, yeah, maybe he redshirts this year and just trains with you and Missy, and then we'll see if he can't make trials. I said, hey, I'm never going to say that to somebody. But I said, if that's the decision you want to make, I said, I will 100% support it. They made the decision to have him redshirt. Austin, 3 separate times, missed Olympic trials by 0.6 of a second in the 200-meter freestyle. Dropped 2.5 seconds in that year. He missed trials. And he got to see the world, though. He went to Singapore, Beijing, Hong Kong, Sri Lanka, all over the United States. He's sitting in the lane one day, and I had to take a picture. Literally, and Michael Phelps is sitting in the corner, and Austin's like there, and they're just chatting like they're BFFs. I took a picture and I sent it to his mom, and I said, yeah, this is a picture that's going to go in Austin's office when he's older. She's like, oh my God, this is such a cool picture. Austin didn't make trials. He's now back in Utah. He sent me a message the other day on my birthday. He said, you know what, Coach? I don't think you realize what you did to me last year. Thank you. The kid didn't even reach his goal. But that's life. We don't reach every goal that we want. It's impossible. And somebody before the talk started today asked me about goals. All right? And I think it's important that as coaches and as parents and even as athletes, when we have goals, there's all kinds of different goals. Okay, but if your goal is to win a gold medal, you need to understand right when you write down that is not 100% controllable by you. It is not. Because you don't know what every other 7 people are going to bring in the pool that day and that race. You don't. I don't tell my athletes not to have that goal, but I just say realize when this goal goes on your sheet of paper, that is not 100% controllable by you. That's very important for them to understand. Because they might go a lifetime best, but somebody else just happens to be that much better than them that day. And then I look at them and say, so is that a failure? Well, no. I say, okay, well then keep that perspective. The same thing when an athlete says, I want to win high point. That's not 100% controllable by them. Versus, Coach, I want to go at 2:05.00. That's pretty much 100% controllable by them. We start talking about performance, we add other competitors. We just got to realize that we need to make sure our athletes understand that. That there's all kinds of different goals, but some goals are attainable by you and some depend on everybody else too. And that's very important for athletes, coaches, and parents to understand. So my pro group at the end of the day ended up being about 6 athletes last year. The way I structured it is in the morning, Monday through Friday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. I rented long course space at the University of Denver, the most expensive water I've ever rented in my entire life. But I knew it needed to happen when I decided to take on pro group. Because I knew that I could not give them what they needed in a group of 40 athletes every day. So the mornings, Monday through Friday morning, myself and my associate head coach Eric We'd be on deck with those 6 or 7 athletes only in 2 on-course lanes. A lot of accountability. In the afternoons, they worked out with my other seniors and high-performance kids. And I thought that was very important because I just didn't want my pro group to be secluded, and because I wanted them to be able to impart some of those lessons and life skills that they've learned to my other seniors and high-performance kids. That also keeps parents happy, and it also keeps me from getting a lot of pissed off emails saying you only care about the pro group. I can tell you that pro group took 5 years off my life. It's tough. Okay, as soon as you take on a pro group, it means I'm traveling more. It means I'm gone more. It means I got to add other meets to the schedule. It's going to create animosity. Parents don't get it. There's a lot of things that come on with that. And you just need to understand that. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. You just need to understand that when you bring a pro on, they have an ego. And part of the reason why they've gotten to where they need to be is because they do have that ego. And they know what they need. That doesn't always jive with the group setting or on a team. That's why a lot of pros out there, what happens? They go coach to coach to coach to coach. Because they're probably a little too demanding. Every single pro that's ever swum on my team absolutely pays dues. Are you kidding me? There's no appreciation for something that's free. Why should my team have to pony up for the pros walking into my door? That makes no sense. There's models in the US that don't charge their pros anything. Yeah, guess what? They're going bankrupt and they've had to fire 5 coaches in the last year. True story. Pros appreciate it more when they got to write a check or they got to pay your bill. My pros, if they're from the US, they pay dues like just like everybody else, $190. Foreign athletes got charged more. It's just the way I operated it. But absolutely, every single person in that pro squad paid dues to me. Because otherwise, you're not setting yourself up for success. If they're not bringing anything to the bottom line and they're just taking from the bottom line, that's not a recipe for success. I'll finish up with this. As a professional coach, I think it's important to set boundaries. Talked about phones the other day. Boundaries. I used to have a 24-hour response time. Now I say 36 to 48 hours. I said it many times already. Face-to-face meetings are the best. Because then there's no misunderstanding. I was just reading an article last week. They talked about text messaging. All right, and really that's this generation of athletes. And if you aren't willing to text and you're not willing to be on Twitter, you're losing some of the kids. I'm going to promise you that. Text messages. Most text messages, is there a period in a text message? No. It's just like, hey, how you doing? The human brain, when it sees a period, you see a period in a text message, you know what your brain automatically thinks? Why is this person mad at me? Because a period is not normally in a text message. That's how our brain operates. True story, ladies and gentlemen. So you need to understand that. Know what meetings are about before you walk into them. If a parent emails me and says they want to meet with me, the number one thing I will email them back and say, what do you want to chat about? Because if you walk into a meeting and you don't know what it's about, that's a good way for you to be blown out of the water. Because then they come guns blazing and you got no ammo to defend yourself. Versus if you know what the issue is going to be, you can have your thoughts gathered, you can maybe write down some notes, so that when they come at you, you got things to go back at them with. I can't tell you how many times I've seen coaches walk into meetings and have no idea what the meeting's going to be about. That's not success. That's not the way business operates. We have business meetings. You know what the meeting's about. Same thing as this. This is our profession. You know what a meeting's about before it happens. Questions, comments? All right, my last talk this afternoon is about running your swim team like the business it is. Yes?
This is off the topic, but I'm worried I'm going to forget. Two questions. One is, what influence does short course swimming have on your development of the athletes and the success of the athletes? I'm talking about age groupers. And the second question is your pre-Olympic camps. How many days are there?
How many what?
Days.
Oh, it depends. Okay, so the Olympic camp typically is 7 or 8 days domestic, 7 or 8 days foreign, just depending on how that time frame works. There's not a set formula. Out of short course swimming, it's 100% better for the development of athletes. Long course swimming is prone to poor swimming and poor strokes. I don't care if you're teaching pro athletes or if you're teaching 8 and unders. 50 meters is a long distance, ladies and gentlemen. It's really hard, especially when somebody's learning a new skill, for them to retain it for 35, 40 seconds versus a 10-second clip or a 15-second clip. Okay, because a wall is truly just a little break. And they just kind of refocus. That's the way I use it. There's a lot of people that told me that I couldn't produce a gold medal out of short course pool. Yeah, we won 4 gold medals. And 90% plus of our training happened in the short course pool. So that's what I went back to yesterday. You can make excuses about the pool you have, or you can deal with what you got. If your pool's 20 meters, who cares? Swim 5 lap 100s. Who says that's wrong? Nobody. Okay? Do it. Deal with what the hand that you're dealt. Stop thinking about what the hand they're holding. Deal with the hand you're dealt. Play that hand. That's important. All right? Yes? Well, you know what? Here's the best part. When she was 17, she didn't turn pro, so we could very much shelter her. Okay? We could accept the interviews that we wanted. We could turn down any interview we didn't want. Now versus being a pro, there's some things that she just has to do no matter what. And that's part of her contracts. So I think that's one of those benefits, and that's what Katie Ledecky benefits. Katie's not a pro, she's an amateur. So they can shield her. If you notice, there's not very many interviews with Katie Ledecky. Actually, I've never seen one face-to-face interview that she answers more than about one question. The Ledeckys have done that on purpose. Good for them. We did the same thing with Missy. We very much protected her as she was going up because she wasn't a professional and we could do that. Yeah.
I'm a big swimming instructor and I obviously pass on coaches.
Yep.
Often parents especially are very much wanting their kids to actually get into the club and get a
Yep.
that feeds their egos. I'm one that I really try to hold back until I really feel that they're ready. But when I'm just seeing you sort of coaching under group and 4 times a week and that kind of thing for power, what sort of level of things, I know you said 3 strokes that are legal,
Yep.
but at what sort of level are those 3 strokes that are legal? Are they just managing to do it? Are they ready to
The whole gamut. Their whole gamut. And you know, when I say full 1 hour sessions, ladies and gentlemen, our 8 and unders, most of them are coming to 2 or 3. Are you kidding me? Most of our 8 and unders are not coming to all full 1 hour sessions. Okay? And they shouldn't be. All right? But at any level, I mean, you know, certainly do we get kids in there that are 25 behind the rest of the group? Yeah, and that's not good because they're not going to have fun. It takes the attention away from the coach from the other group. Yes, I coached an athlete like that in my group when I started coaching 8 and unders. But, so the whole gamut. I mean, legal under 3 strokes, yeah, they might be legal right away, but they might turn into illegal, but, you know, we at least feel that that's a good base for us to start building from. Yeah?
How do you taper your groups along?
How do I taper my groups? Well, each coach is responsible for their own taper. You know, when you're 10 and under, you just say you're on taper, you give them a sucker, and they're going to swim fast. As the older you get, it has to be dialed in more, and that's getting to know your athletes. You know, I mean, UBC's taper 2011, 2012, 2013 was probably arguably some of the best tapers a female swimmer's ever had. It's very similar to what we did this year. We didn't get quite the same results. I think it's always, you know, your taper isn't the same every year. It's similar. Remember what I said? It's the old 90-10 rule. Keep 90% the same, you're changing 10%. There's a lot of people that try to keep 10% the same and 90% change. You don't know what change helped. That's where if you change too much, you all of a sudden don't know what worked and what didn't work. You can't do that. You change one variable, see if that works. If it doesn't work, then we change another variable. You can't change 5 variables at the same time, otherwise we have no idea what's working. All right, one more question.
Sorry, apologies, I wasn't able to say that was discussed. But did Missy play any other sport during high school?
Missy played another sport until she was 13 years old. She played a little bit of basketball, but volleyball was her first love. She quit volleyball when she was 13 years old, and that was a decision made by her. We didn't want to force that on her, but yeah, we definitely encourage multiple sport athletes, especially for our 1200s.
Sorry, Todd, just that life experience that you had coaching those backstrokers, what did you learn out of that?
You know what? Even though they're world's best backstrokers, they're just like Missy, they're just like everybody else. They put one pan leg on at the same time. I mean, really, they're no different than everybody else. Yeah, they might be the world's best at that point, and Natalie has the world's best underwaters on the female side. But you know what? They're just like me. And you know, when I gave them that set, man, just watching them all, even though it was my set and my, you know, they all bought in and they all did what I asked, and that was the coolest thing. Like, even some of the most decorated athletes that we've ever had in the United States will still sit there in the University of Tennessee pool and listen to the coach that's the youngest coach on the staff. I think that's huge. They had no problem that it was me standing in front there. They didn't care that it wasn't Bob. They didn't care that it wasn't Greg. They listened to everything I said. I think that's important. And that's what makes it good. All right, one more.
For the Olympic trials in the US, what do you do to make your athletes to qualify but still keep at the Olympics for 3 weeks later?
You know what? We don't do much besides that we just take the tension off. You look at that video I just showed. They just relax. Man, you make the team and you're like, all right, now let's just swim fast. Versus at our trials, man, it's about swimming fast, but it's like, man, I need to have a 1 or 2 in front of my name. When they come to the Olympics, they're like, all right, let's be fast for the United States right now. And it's talked about. Okay, there's women's team meetings, there's men's team meetings, there's group meetings. We talk about that. Some people might get